to Oracle ADF training. In continuation with the last session where we discussed about writing custom code in ADF application, what we are going to do now is we are going to add some custom code in the managed bean, which is very frequently used code snippet which we are going to use. Now let us create one page. We'll create one page and we'll name this as custom code custom code pg.jsf. Okay, so we'll take one form. The form is going to be the employees one. We will drag it to the center and make it as a ADF form, row navigation, and whatever the fields not required, we will remove them. Okay, and then click OK. Let us run this page and see how it looks like first. Okay, this is how the page looks like. We need to add a few things. Let's go here, the panel form layout. Let us surround this panel form layout with a panel box so that we can get some extra space to put some buttons. Okay, the panel box is added. We'll say this is employee information. Okay, right, we added the employee information, right? Now we have some toolbar facet. In that we'll put the toolbar. We'll add two buttons to this. From this operations, we'll add the commit and we'll add the rollback button. I'll remove the disabled property for now. Okay, now let us run the page and see how it looks like. Now this is the page. If I change something and update, if I do commit, it commits the record. But the problem is the commit operation is like a Unix style. That is, it doesn't show any pop-up or something like saying that saved successfully or something like that. Some users who are using web applications, they will be always expecting a pop-up or a feedback from the system when successfully something has been saved. Now when then they click, they don't know whether it is successfully saved or something like that, because ADF will throw the error message only if there is an error. If it is not, then it assumes that it is the transaction went through successful. So to provide that, we can actually add some custom code in our managed bean to cater to this kind of users. Now let us add one button. We'll call this button as a save. This is a save, and what we'll do is we will disable this button, or don't show this button, render false, and in the save we will attach it to a managed bean, the managed bean action property. We'll create one managed bean, custom code managed bean, and then we will call this as a save operation. So save and click OK. Now when you go to the managed bean, you can see that a placeholder method has been created. If you whatever you want to add, you can add it over here. So our objective is to save the record using the commit operation and then show a pop-up message to the end user saying that it has been successfully saved. So to achieve that, what we are going to do is we are going to copy and paste some code snippet. This code snippet is very frequently used. Now what it actually does is it gets the handle to the binding container and from the binding context, and then gets the operation binding called commit. If you go to the bindings, you can see there is a commit operation available in the operation binding. So you can call that, and then you can use the operation binding to execute that. And then, 1 second, then you can execute that and use the faces context, get the current instance of the faces context, and then show a message with the severity level info that a saved successfully message should be shown back to the screen. So what we have done now is we have hidden the this button, commit button, standard commit button we dragged from the data control, and then created our own custom save button and called a custom method in the managed bean. In that we are getting handle to the bindings, and then in the bindings we were searching for an operation called commit, and then once we get the handle, then we execute it. Once it is successfully done, then we get the handle to the faces context and then use the faces message with the severity level info to say that the record has been successfully saved. Now let us go back and run the page again. Now let us put it back to 24,000, then we'll save. You see, now the message is showing saved successfully. It means the data has been successfully saved and the proper intimation has been shown to the end user. This is one example of how you can write custom code in the managed bean. Thanks for watching this demo. We'll see you in the next session.